let's get started, even though I can't see what's going on. With them. Okay, Lori, call the roll, please.
Ferrari,
Here.
Iacocca,
Here.
Fitzgerald,
Here.
Close,
Here.
Moreau. Yeah. Stillman. Here. Bentley,
Here.
Modela, and Heptic.
Here. Thank you. Everybody has seen the October 10th minutes of that meeting. Are there any changes? Hearing none, they're approved as submitted. For my report, the only thing I would like to say is to thank Robin for her, how many years of service? 4 years of service. And this will be your last meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm gonna miss you all. I've enjoyed it, yeah.
And whatever happens in your future life, outside of the golf advisory committee, we wish you well.
Thank you, Robin.
That's actually my golf game.
Especially your golf game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There are no correspondence or announcements. I'm not aware of any member wishing to speak. So that's, all right, Mr. Bentley, please.
Nothing really new. They did a groundbreaking at the future pickleball site, and they're working on the engineering work for the water line and should be starting on that shortly. So that's about all I have. Next year is going to be, we'll be busier with the probably the bridges will be coming in next year, and the pool liner, they're going to be doing engineering work on the pool liner. So there's going to be some activity around on the creek side around that. But other than that, nothing.
Great, thank you, Robin.
Already. Okay, my last report. We had our general meeting, at our Halloween, final round, which is on, pardon me, our Congress morning, on the 30th of October. And, the board approved the new board members, captain, co-captain, secretary, and treasurer, and then there was a last minute change on the treasurer, and MJ Kidd is going to step back in being treasurer. So bylaw changed from 10 to 20% for sponsored guests. That was approved. And we're in good financial standing, but they are increasing the dues $2 to cover the NCGA increase next year. And last, we're no longer going to post the minutes or the board agenda on the website. From what everybody said, that's apparently what everybody does. Is that correct? According to the men, ladies?
We posted to Lori posts who sends it off, right? We give you all minutes. And
Anyway, I don't want to stir up anything, but that's what they said and that's what they decided. So, no more posting. Yeah. Our holiday party will be on the 4th. The 18ers are going to host it. And there's one other request by Sequoia Country Club. I guess they're going under construction this year. I don't know, golf course or whatever. And they would like to have 12 to 16 players come here and play from time to time, not just necessarily invitational or a guest day. So they agreed that that was fine. I don't know why they talked to you.
Are we gonna be allowed to go over and play there? Because that's usually what happens.
Maybe
Yeah,
after it's repaired or.
yeah,
finished.
that'll have to, they're gonna be closed for 14 months. They're
Yeah.
completely redoing the entire golf course from irrigation, every bunker and every green is being run down. They have a major problem. Now, generally what happens when clubs do that is, for instance, I know when they've talked to other clubs like Contra Costa and Round Hill, those rounds are then reciprocated back to us when we want to go play Sequoia. So I've heard nothing of this. I would tell you ladies that what they need to do is go through the pro shop at Rossmore and not through your club.
Okay, that makes sense.
Unless, you know, you guys want to do that, you could do a thing where you host them and you have a resident with 3 guests
Yeah.
and you make a time and they play, you know, you could do that. And have them as your guests. But the gate's not open at the front for people
Oh,
to
no,
have
I
the
didn't
golf
mean
course
from-
closed.
no, that's not right.
Just so there's a definite, you know, line in the sand. Yeah.
We do have a couple of new members that have come from Sequoia. And so some
So
other,
they could bring out three guys.
some other interest there also, as I understand it.
Yes, they're always welcome when they play with the resident.
So,
Yeah.
right, yeah. Well, I didn't mean that we were gonna receive.
Okay, I know, I know.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Hey, how many members do you have?
How many member, any
Oh,
change?
134, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Judy? Niner?
Okay, yeah, the Niners have 165, including 2 social members. There were 121 members and guests at the Hatton Visor Day, which was played on both the Dollar and the Creekside course on October 23rd. The board is discussing whether to stay in Winga because partially because there are fewer clubs participating and fewer competitions that are organized by Winga. So we'll see what happens. At the last meeting of the year, the holiday party in December, a new slate of officers will be installed with Margot Dutton as captain. We got an email this morning that said that date was December 17th it's December 18th on a Wednesday. Well, December 18th is Thursday. And I don't know which day it is, so. Is it the 18th? Okay, she put the wrong day on there then. Okay, so anyway, okay, so there'll be our holiday party on the 18th. Winners of match play and most improved are gonna be awarded trophies on that day. Kate Manini have reported that to date, there have been 17 birdies and 52 chip ins, whether that's relevant or not. And so last play day was last week on November 13th, and because of the rain, the tournament was delayed until yesterday, and it was finally played with only 21 valiant players playing it. Good for them, because
About that too.
I bailed. So, thank you.
Question, are all of the clubs starting their renewal process in December, or is it started already?
It's,
You-
well, the NCGA doesn't take it until the January 1st. If you do it before, you'll have to pay twice. So we're starting our renewal process beginning in December. And it'll go into January.
So I would assume that's the same for all the clubs.
I think ours just went out on the 15th. Still sitting on my computer, but we have until, I think, 15th of January was the final date.
Okay.
So Pat, did I understand, because at the pro shop, we get this question, you guys are accepting them in December, but you won't turn them into the NCGA till January 1.
Got it.
Okay, that's what, yeah, that's why I think, thank you.
Okay. Okay, Pat, men's club?
Thank you. The men's club is, I'd say ended the year, although we're not ended, with 323 total members. And due to an increase in costs from the NCGA, our membership fees are going up, or our dues are going up in 2026 to $80 per member. That includes the NCGA and the club dues itself. The new board of directors the new board of director members will confirm at our fall membership meeting held on November 10th, and Dan Ring has been selected as the 2026 club president. The preliminary event schedule has been developed for 26, and we'll host 14 clubs for the home and away tournament series and 6 home events. In addition, we'll conduct a full series of home events on Wednesdays. Members who want to play additional events on a 9-hole Creekside course have been encouraged. We'll also contact Bill Broxham to play additional tournaments on that course. There's been a lot of interest in doing more than just playing on the 18 with events. So Bill has been doing his thing, and see if we can expand that a little bit with him. The club's board was advised that there'd be a possibility of a temporary closure of the Creekside restaurant for upgrades and remodel, and the possibility of a change in management. This will have a direct impact on the club's ability to serve meals in 2026 for our events. And the food and beverage director has been requested to research alternate catering possibilities. So I assume that that's news is going to be forthcoming from the RWC shortly. If we have any more on that, it'd be very helpful to know Additional requests are made, suggesting that the course maintenance crew rotate the placement of the flags on each green. Prevent repetitive locations occurring. I didn't understand myself, and then I started to think about it, Mark. What they're saying basically is that when they go out on certain days, it's like playing the same course each time, but if we rotated them, differently.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
gets you a little bit more.
Sometimes we follow that pattern. I'll let them know. It's just like on a Tuesday, you don't want it in the same place every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
And let's see, we will once again sponsor our first tee of Contra Costa County to join us to play here in Rossmore in the coming year. And as a result of donations made at our annual Jerry Weinstein Memorial Tournament honoring all of Rossmore Marshals, $850 was presented to the first tee program.
Nice.
This year, the RMGC is proud to once again make donations to the Rossmore Fund and the Rossmore Scholarship Fund. And the end of the year party will be held at the Event Center on December 13th. That's our holiday party. And then finally, I'll defer this conversation till after, but we do have some correspondence from some members regarding the issue of the fencing and so on down on the 18th.
Right, well,
Around that.
I think we can talk about that more.
Yeah, well, however, but that is something that I want to have to bring up.
But
Okay, thank you.
Kurt,
Thank you. Okay, we wrapped up our year with 148 members. And our renewal is open and we have 42 renewals for 2026 so far. We wrapped up the year with our annual membership meeting on the when was it?
Last week, right?
Yeah, last Thursday, whatever date that was. Banquet, we only had 54 attendees at our annual meeting, which was a little disappointing. We do have a new president. Claire Wolf is taking over as our president. Robin Miner is taking over for secretary. And Bob Burse will be our treasurer for next year. Trying to stop our steady decline. We took many suggestions from the floor on how to improve Happy Hackers. And we will be reviewing those and then meeting with Mark and trying to see what we can do to get people, Happy Hackers going again. That seems to just be on a steady decline right now, so. We'll look at that in the new year, but we are basically now done until February 2026.
all right, thank you. Move on to Mark.
Morning, everybody. I'll start with my golf management report. October was a continuing of a good month, like all the previous months really before this year. We finished up with pretty good conditions throughout the month. We did 6,815 rounds compared with 6,561 and 24. It's a very small increase, but it kept us an amazing 8.3 increase over last year. I can tell you that yesterday we only had 90 rounds, but on those 90 rounds, we surpassed last year's total. So we are now I'm keeping track. So every round from here on out to the end of the year is an additional round from last year's total. And again, as I've said this year, last year was a good year. So it's a nice thing to kind of get to that number. The increase in the green fees income has been really a great story. In October, we collected $117,000 in greens fees. And for the year, we've collected over 1.5 million. This is 11% increase compared to last year and the budgeted number. So really good there. The business in the golf shop has also been extraordinarily good. In fact, better than the other numbers. We are 27% ahead in all golf shop business. So again, it's been a very good year. The director of golf hopes to have the schedules for each of the clubs very soon. I have my hands together clasped in a prayer for that one. So if each of the members of the clubs can pass that on to their groups. I have not received schedules for 2026 yet, but I would love to get them in the next few weeks so I can get them on my calendar and start off the year with a good idea of what's going on as we schedule things going forward. So the sooner I can have those, the better from the 4 clubs. We will be starting, there'll be an article in the paper coming out. If you haven't seen the first one, there's a second coming out on the annual and quarterly cards that go on sale. That will start December 16th. So that's when we'll start collecting the fees for those. New sheets with the fees will come out right after the first of the month. So in December, we'll have the new rate sheets out, and you'll see something in the paper next week in my next article. So believe it or not, it's time to think about 2026 and the plans for that. The holidays are right around the corner. We are doing some scheduling changes. Thanksgiving, we're only going to be open until 3 o'clock. So we will be closing the range a little bit early, so our range kids can get the carts and the balls away and still go home to their dinners. We will be open that day. That'll be a holiday fee day, as will Friday, okay, of next week. The only day we're really closed during the whole holiday of Christmas is Christmas itself. We'll be open every other day, unless, of course, the golf course closes for some reason. But even then, the shop will be open for Christmas sales. And talking about that, I have a flyer that I put together this week. You'll see it coming out in the paper. And also around the golf shop, we have 4 big categories that we're selling, and we hope to do good sales in December. First one is all hats are going to be 20% off. We have a shoe sale going on right now that will continue through the end of the month. Some really great styles in men and women. We have Cleveland clubs closing out. So every club that's a demo and all the new ones are slashed 25 to 50% off. So that'll be advertised. Anybody that needs new clubs, that is a wonderful brand to get at rock bottom prices. And we have some sales. I've worked with Titleist, and we have 3 of their main brands are going to be on a special sale. So a lot of neat ways to spend. We've got things on other items on sale too, the closeout rack, et cetera. So it's a great time to use your savings over the year, your credits. And I think that's all I've got there. Anything else in the golf shop for the golf business there? Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about the fence.
Okay.
I'm not sure if everybody is getting the email. Maybe not. We're looking like, well,
That wasn't sent there.
one of the men's club members sent a quite long email to Ann Martola regarding the fence, and I think there may have been some misunderstandings or confusion regarding the fence, and she responded, and then he responded again. So I don't know, do you want to talk about the fence?
I also want to talk about, and I don't know if you want to talk about what you've been sharing too. What I can say is we started working with golf. We sat down with the contractor to talk about what the plan was. And we
Yeah.
actually delayed the start of this because of tournaments. We delayed it a good 3 weeks. So, and the reason is because this obstruction of fence will be there for the duration of the project. It's going to be a little bit dynamic until we finish the relocation of the irrigation line. It's going to go out a bit further and then kind of come back again. And they're going to try to be shoring it up as close as they can. But sometimes you need to kind of push it out again to get equipment around. So it's the condition of the site and the proximity to the fairway where that fence will be there and pretty much, close to where it is. It'll probably come in a little bit more once they're done with the irrigation.
And correct me if I'm wrong, the last I think we talked about is it's probably gonna move out about another 15 feet.
Right, for the actual
And
construction.
I don't know if that's been done yet.
It should not have been done.
Okay, so
Right, they need to do
it's gonna move out another 15 feet. When that happens, and that's for the main line.
Yeah.
When that happens, we'll be using the temporary green that Blake and I established. Again, it's not gonna be great, okay? But it'll be a place with a cup and a flag in it. And that's how the hole will play until we get that line put in. And then once that line is put in, as Ann just mentioned, the fence will move back. What degree depends on what they're doing, right? I mean, they may need to move it out sometimes. They may move it closer to where the building will
Exactly.
be the out of bounds. So we'll fluctuate. If during a time it's moved back where it's, let's call it out of the way, or we deem it more out of the way, we'll use the regular green. But if it's at any point where we feel like a workman's in danger or it's just not safe, we'll go to the temporary green. So it may fluctuate a little bit. Again, this is winter time. I have a hard time believing that people didn't know this project was happening. It's been in the paper now for months.
We actually
And-
talked about the fence in the article. So
Yeah, I mean, it's been coming and anybody surprised really has not been paying attention. It's definitely happening. On the front cover of the Rossmore News with shovels going in the ground. So it's happening. And I think everybody just needs to deal with it. And we're doing it during the time of year where we can do it. And I know they'll do it as quickly as they can. And we're working with Huff Construction. But we realize it'll be an inconvenience.
So what's the issue?
The question is the location of the fence based on the contractor's requirements?
yes,
Absolutely.
it's a safety issue. They want
Absolutely.
clearance for-
Forget about the safety issue, but is it his requirements? He says,
You
I
got what he
need
needs.
the fence here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when we start to dig for the pipe, we're gonna have to move it out a little further.
Sure.
Correct.
So it's not.
Yeah, he's got full, it's his project. I mean, really. I mean, I'm not gonna battle him, oh, I need these 5 feet. That's ridiculous. He's gonna do whatever he needs to do to get that project done. And I'm absolutely staying out of the way of it because it doesn't matter. It's just the 18th hole and we've got a temporary green. Yes, it's an inconvenience during a time of year where we're gonna have low rounds anyway, or days where we're rained out. This is the perfect time for him to do it. The point is, we really like it. I will say that we'd love to have him get it done now and quickly because that gives our crew what? More time to fix it, right? We can grow grass, we can get it back. The idea is once that main line is in, the fence will go back. We'll go in and do the work that we need to do to grow the turf back so that when we get to spring golf or February golf, whatever they're done, the hole will look like it did before this.
So when it moves back, do we even know how far back it's gonna come? Could it go back further than where it is right now?
Yes,
Yes,
Like
Oh,
on
absolutely.
the other side of the bunker, for instance?
possibly.
possibly. The issue is this, right? So within the field of there's the footprint of the building, right?
Mhm.
And at certain times, like I will say, until the building is erected, it's gonna be a bit variable. Once the building is erected, they're doing all the internal stuff, then it's gonna be moved back.
Maybe right,
as close to,
sure.
to hug it. So they're trying to be very sensitive to it. But, they don't wanna move it back and forth every day. I mean, that's.
That's a waste of manpower too.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that.
So that's
Yeah.
that's the thing where it's dynamic. It's a construction project.
Right, right.
I mean, I'm just thinking if it's possible to move it back on the other side of the bunker, then you're good to go. We could go back to the regular.
Oh, I think we could go back because we've been playing
I think-
it. I think we could go back even if it isn't on the other side of the bunker. I think we could have the bunker inside the construction zone and still have it open because we've been playing that hole that way
Yeah,
for a month. So it's out, and it's gonna be out as far as it's going to be out shortly
Yes.
because they're putting the main line. So you're gonna see, and that's when we'll be on the temporary for sure.
Right.
And then at that point, they get that done in however long it takes them to do, because there's things that happen, right, in construction. Weather is probably the number one thing they're gonna have to battle right now. But as soon as they get that main line and that's done, that fence will move back to at least where it is now, maybe even farther. And we'll open up the 18th green.
Even if it moved back to where it is right now, you could open up the 18th green.
Just play it that way because we've done it for a month.
Yeah, I don't think the fence is such a problem. I mean, some of the emails kind of indicate, oh, people are upset about it and so forth. It's a free drop. If you
Yeah, I
put the
don't-
ball in there, big deal. It's a free drop. And if you can't see the green, then you have line of sight.
What is the issue, Pat?
Yeah.
Tell me what the issue is.
We're discussing it as if it were a different problem. The issue originally came out is that the fence, they knew the fence was gonna be placed there.
Mhm.
That wasn't the question. Once the fence came into play, it had to be placed further out than what it was anticipated because of the fact that the line was further out, right? They discovered the line, so the fence is further out. When they're playing on the 18th fairway, your line of sight is to the green. That fence is in play, no matter what you want to say, unless you are good enough to keep the ball to the left.
Mhm.
Not many people are that good. I know I'm not. That ball, that fence is in play. So if you're stuck behind an area that's behind that fence, you've got a line of sight problem and you've got a problem in playing to the green.
You don't have a line of sight problem.
Excuse me, I've been it. I know it
I
is.
put two
rules
balls
for
over
that.
the fence.
Yeah, but I agree, there's rules for that. I mean, when you play on the PGA Tour, if there's a scoreboard in front of you, you get to move the ball out the line of sight. Why don't you just do that?
I am not suggesting otherwise. I'm just trying to tell you what the issue is, okay? There's a line of sight issue.
Right, but the way to solve that though, Pat, is simply pick up the ball and move it to the cart path and hit a shot from there. Don't hit it from where the fence is.
Mark, we need to educate, or I need to educate, or both of us need to educate these members
Yeah.
of how to play that fairway.
Okay.
The problem occurs is that these guys, you know, the players out there on, especially the men's club, they're not familiar with what's going on. Even though we tell them, even though it's been publicized, they're not familiar. They see a fence. When is that gonna go down? Well, it's gonna be there for the construction. Well, how long? I don't know. We'll see.
Amazing. So I think probably my mistake was this. I've been trying to give you the best playable conditions with a great green, the 18th, for as long as possible. And probably what I should have done is put it on the temporary a month ago and said,
Yes,
"Eat it." And just, so I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna move it to the temporary. There's no fence then in play, and you guys will be playing a temporary. I tried to make it so that you could play the regular 18th green as long as possible.
I think.
Obviously, what you're saying is that's backfiring on me.
Well,
Fine, we'll go to the temporary greens.
It's not totally backfiring on you.
Well, I don't think it's appreciated, that's for sure. So I think what I'll do is go ahead and move it to the temporary green today, and you will not be on a regular green from now until whenever we decide to get the fence up.
Well,
That ends it, that's over.
Look at it another way. It's only gonna forestall what's going on later on, because if that fence is gonna be there until the end of construction, which has been now been said is June. is that what I said?
No, it just says it's not gonna be there. So
Shows me.
Not in its current location. There is a fence, but it's going, again, it's dynamic. It's gonna go out another 15 feet for the construction of the Gulf irrigation
That's
line.
new information.
And then once that is new information, and the way it happens is to inform it in the public meetings here. Right, and so then because you have club representatives, then you can go and disseminate that, and we do updates in the newspaper. And so then when it's moved back, it doesn't come right up against the pad of the building because they need the room around it, right, to do the construction with the heavy equipment coming in. So it'll probably be not as far out as it is now, but kind of pretty, I would say within like 5 feet of where it is now. Fencing is not precise measurement until they start getting in there and other places, the ground and whatnot at this time of year.
The fence, I said this from the very
Yeah.
beginning, but they had better put a fence there because of the
Exactly.
danger of golf balls coming
Yeah.
in. So I'm not, I'm not against the fence. I'm just trying to say that the men that are playing on the golf course right now, like it or not, they're used to one thing. And this is not the way it was. This is not the way they want to play.
I understand.
If we're gonna move it, go ahead and move it. Do something.
But there's rules to deal with it, so they should just learn the rules.
I think wasn't there an email from one of the ladies, the 18ers, the
Yes.
9ers, that
Yes.
Joyce, right?
Joyce, yeah,
Here's what
Joyce,
they're-
Joyce said
rules
very
are.
well how to play it.
Maybe you should have put up a sign like there is on 15 about what happens to balls that go up on the hillside.
That's interesting.
Sign said, hey, guys, here's the rules for
Free
dealing with the fence. I don't know why people didn't.
Yeah,
I'm
could have done
amazed.
that, the thing is, we're thinking in the golf shop, it's 4 or 5 weeks for where the fence was. Originally, it's now gonna be out a little bit farther, which is a change we just talked about, but it's temporary. So you're thinking, it's not that big a deal, but obviously people are making it a big deal. So I think we'll go to the temporary and that ends it. We don't have to worry.
Fine,
Okay?
do it. And
Okay.
then on the temporary, I think I asked you the question also, how do you score it? Some people go, oh, it's a 2-putt max or one.
Yeah, I would just do 2-putt max and we'll put something in the golf shop for
That
that.
would be.
And I would really suggest that what you however you want.
Mm.
But for posting purposes, just post wherever your handicap allows. So the hole is basically, you know, you can score it in a match if you want between the two people or whatever, but posting purposes, just put down what you would normally get on the hole. So,
Oh,
exactly.
Or your handicap, yeah, you go.
Not equitable?
So it's like a.
Okay.
Not equitable? Just put
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Put whatever your
That's what I-
handicap- That's what a lot of them do anyway, Pat. Okay, superintendent's report. Early October, rains allowed early closure of the East Bay mud domestic water, which means we're done buying water this year. Which, believe me, Blake and I are very happy about because we are $100,000 over what we had budgeted. That's the bad side of the budget this year because we didn't have water in the creek, but it's nice that that is now done. Our staff did a great job repairing the turf. I think anybody that goes up in those areas where we had some damage, in some areas, it's really hard to tell where that is now. They did a great job putting that back together. So I thank the staff for working so diligently on those areas because it really took your breath away to see some of those areas on 3 and 4 just so badly messed up. We continue to be shorthanded with staff. We are successful. We've been very successful, if you've noticed, around the collars and approaches on the Dollar Ranch reseeding. We've got new grass going in those areas. It really looks good on the Dollar Ranch in those areas. So we're very happy with the changes that we did late fall. This happened when we did the greens. The next phase was to do the approaches and the collars around each of the green. And you can see a real difference in how they're growing in. So that's good to see. The early season rain caused some unexpected fungus to appear in the greens. Our preventive fungus application made in September should have prevented this disease to be established, but the weather probably messed that up. So we went ahead and did another application and it seems to be working very well. So that's good to see. We continue to be very aggressive in the tree trimming. We have some money in the budget, so we've been doing that. Anybody notice their favorite tree hit like number 12T? Large branches off of 12T. There's several areas around the golf course where we have either raised the bottom or clipped the sides. And we've done a lot of tree trimming.
I'm
And
cutting the top one.
yeah.
Both sides.
Yeah, so we've done a lot of that and we'll actually continue to do that. As we get through the rest of the year, trying to get some of those areas. Obviously, this is true every year, the leaf and debris removal will be our big deal because they're coming down all over the place, the leaves and stuff. So getting those out of the way really helps you find your golf ball and continue to play. Because we know if the piles get too deep, it's really tough to get around the golf course. So we're working on that. Anything else about the golf course?
About the length of the grass around many of the tees, many of the greens. Looks like it's maybe 3-4 inches.
Yeah, our mowing patterns, frequencies have been down. And really the main reason is either equipment or manpower. We just don't have enough people. I know yesterday we had 6 people here. You have 6 people here on 27 holes. You can only run so many mowers. That's just a fact of life. I think the second thing that plays into this time of year big time, without a doubt, is the rains we've gotten and we put down fertilizer at the end of the year, which we always do, meaning late fall. So we put this fertilizer down, then we got this early rain and the grass just absolutely loved it. I mean, it's a different color today than it was a month ago out there. I mean, it's just deep green. It's very healthy, which is wonderful, but it's almost hard to keep up with it because it's growing at a rate that's much quicker than it was 6 weeks ago. So the combination of smaller staff along with incredible growing conditions has made, they will catch up. But yes, I would admit it's been long in some areas.
Mark, have we been able to get the equipment in there with all the rain?
Pat, restate your question. I want to make sure I'm answering correctly. What do you mean?
Have we been able to mow the lawn because of all the rain? Have we been able to get the equipment in there to do that job?
Certainly this week, it's really, I mean, we got hammered this last week. So not in all areas. No, that is a third factor. You're absolutely right, Pat. There are some pieces of equipment we cannot use right now because areas are extremely wet. I guess this is a good thing. I mean, we don't have to worry about probably a drought at least until January. Nobody knows the weather's gonna, I've seen years like this where it rains early. I think it's January, nothing happens. So we don't want to see that either, but it's a good start to the season as far as getting water. We just gotta make sure we keep getting these shots periodically if we don't have a drought. But, yeah, they hit us early this year. Sometimes I've had years where we're dry right to Christmas. We don't get any rain, nothing. So this is, you know, an early shot.
One of the things that was mentioned to us, and it's a product of, you know, the environment, is that a lot of guys are just losing golf balls
Yeah.
because they can't find them.
Yeah.
You know, the grass is here, so.
I would think this is a great time of year to go in and buy those Pinnacles at $17.99 instead of your Pro Vs. I would really strongly, since they will be on special starting December 1. It would be a very good time to go get those, put your Pro Vs in the bag until March.
That's a good one.
That's all I got.
All right, thank you very much. There is no report from Rich Fuller, and there's no unfinished business. On new business, we'll be appointing 3 new marshals. Just as a background for the committee, we currently have 5 marshals, Margot Dutton, Jay Cutler, Laura Lee Barbera, John Lee, and Tom Stinson. And apparently from Rich, I understand that Laura Lee is maybe leaving, maybe doing something. I'm not sure exactly what his was, but he feels that she may not, in the future, she may not be there. So he has found 3 new people. One of them, Brock Arner, I guess it is.
Yeah.
Is going to be used, according to Rich, primarily as a backup.
Yeah.
So we have 5. We probably are going to end up with 4 compared to what we have right now. So this would be an addition. So 2 more to give us 6. So we have 1 person for each day.
Yeah.
So I'd like to make a motion that we, committee appoint or approve the appointment of Bill Schneider, Chuck Benson, and Brock Hamer as new golf course marshals with effect from December 1st, 2025. Make a motion. I make a motion. You second.
I second.
Seconded. You have a voice vote. I'll say aye. Aye. No negative? No. Okay, they are appointed. The next meeting will be the next meeting will be January 9th. I believe that's the date, 2026. There's no meeting now in December.
Right.
And we already know who your replacement is going to be, right? It's going to be.
Yes, Marcia Jennings.
Jennings. All right, then we are,
They're gonna love us.
boy, that was only 37 minutes.
37 minutes. It's about normal for, that's a typical day.
Okay, thank you all.
Thanks, everybody.